Hey, Robert, tell us how VMware customers are wanting or what they do if they want to change from VMware to something else. What options are there for them out there today?
Thanks, Darren. It's a really good question. The key thing is if they want to make a choice, they need to know what their options are. They're an existing VMware customer for a reason. So, what are their choices that they could be making? They could be making, I'd say, 5 or 6 different choices. And you're always going to remember that the last one is don't do anything. Stay with VMware, stay with the path you've been on with your team, et cetera. But I'm going to start with those first 5. They really need to be starting to look at a few things. One, are they now becoming more of a shop that leans towards containers versus VMs, or are they looking for a mix and a match? When they start assessing those types of things, it opens them up to new options. Are they a VMware customer because they've been working for an infrastructure platform play all along? Have they been making progress on a path towards like hyper-converged, the software-defined story of the last 10 years? And do they want a full, robust cloud stack solution? If they can ask themselves those questions and start making choices, they can start looking at their options. There are a lot of
So are
options.
there other options that are actually out there that act like VMware? Because I know there's a lot of concern with Broadcom and all that, right? Um,
Absolutely.
so there are other options.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got a lot of different options for hypervisors, right? There's the ESX and what VMware has been offering you with vSphere. There's KVM from the open source world, KVM that's delivered through some kind of proprietary KVM stacks like Oracle and Rev and RHEL with Linux, with Red Hat. There's other options from like Hyper-V from Microsoft. All of those give you options for what you're trying to do with an underlying hypervisor and an OS or hypervisor combined. You have other options around the converged stacks, around software defined, Nutanix, Microsoft's Azure stack. You have options in the container world if you want to go through Kubernetes and Red Hat OpenShift. If you want to go for another, again, I guess I missed that one on Nutanix. If you want to look at another hypervisor, Acropolis from
Yeah, that's
Nutanix.
right. They've
So
got
you have a
their
lot
own.
of
Yeah.
options to consider. And what you need to consider is, why am I going there? Is it because I'm going there for licensing? Well, you need to talk about whether or not you want to go back into the camp of paying for licensing and support from a managed stack for hypervisor, OS, the converged stack, storage, networking, compute, all of that are available from a variety of vendors as well. If you want to do it all on your own, you can do this open source, right? You can build off of OpenStack. You can build off of KVM in general. You've got a lot of options. Another
So
option is cloud service providers.
yeah,
Cloud
that's
service,
right. Moving to the cloud, right?
correct, where cloud service providers have options for you as well that you can choose to run your VMs or run your containers in their stacks, or bring, again, one of your other not VMware alternatives as well into the public cloud as well. The key is
Now,
to have all those options.
the migration, there's lots of tools out there for migration. If I'm already running on Intel processors, migrating to another Intel processor is pretty painless, frankly,
In,
with the
in
tools that are out there
Maybe
today.
the key thing to make sure that we do provide in terms of education and advice is, no matter what choice they choose to make, they have a lot of choices they can make. We actually have an ability to support them. As you said, Xeon has been the mainstay of the infrastructure behind VMware. Intel and Xeon is the mainstay behind most of the options that they could be choosing as well. And so we can support their path based on the choices that they need to make around what they want to do, their risk tolerance, their staffing, their capabilities, what they want to do from an overall TCO perspective. A lot of choices that they need to be making, and we can help them with their choice options. And then once they choose an option, stick with them for that path, that migration, that modernization, or stay with VMware, modernize that, get the most mileage out of what VMware is able to offer you going forward.